The old station wagon, affectionately dubbed the Autumn Rambler by the kids, rattled down the long, winding road, leaves a blaze of crimson and gold around them. The Miller family, Dad Mark, Mom Sarah, and their 2 children, Emily and Ethan, were on their way to Willow Creek Cabin, a rental nestled deep in the Catskill Mountains. It was supposed to be a peaceful fall getaway, a chance to reconnect before the hustle of the holidays. As they ventured deeper into the wilderness, the vibrant autumn colors began to fade, replaced by a more subdued, almost stark landscape of skeletal trees and shadows that stretched long and thin in the late afternoon sun. The air grew noticeably colder, carrying a crisp, earthy scent that was both invigorating and vaguely unsettling. "Are we there yet, Ethan?" whined from the back, his face pressed against the window. "Almost, buddy," Mark replied, consulting the GPS, which was rapidly losing signal. "Just a few more miles." The cabin, when they finally found it, was exactly as advertised: rustic, charming, and isolated. It stood on a small clearing surrounded by a dense forest that seemed to loom a little too close. A heavy silence hung in the air, broken only by the rustling of dry leaves and the distant, mournful call of a bird. Inside, the cabin was cozy, with a stone fireplace and antique furniture, but Emily felt a prickle of unease. The windows, especially, seemed like dark, watchful eyes. As darkness fell, the wind picked up, sighing through the eaves of the cabin like a mournful spirit. The first night passed uneventfully, filled with board games and mugs of hot cocoa by the fire. But the following morning, a thick, unseasonable fog rolled in, swallowing the forest whole and pressing against the cabin windows. It was an oppressive, silent fog that seemed to absorb all sound. "Well, so much for our hike today," Sarah sighed, peering out. Later that afternoon, Ethan, bored, decided to explore the immediate surroundings of the cabin. Mark and Sarah warned him not to go far, and Emily, buried in a book, barely noticed him leave. An hour passed, then another. Sarah started to call his name, her voice growing increasingly anxious. "Ethan! Ethan, honey, where are you?" Panic began to set in. Mark and Sarah ventured out into the suffocating fog, their calls echoing emptily. Emily, heart pounding, joined them. The world outside was a blurry gray canvas, and every rustle of leaves sounded like Ethan's footsteps, only to dissolve into disappointment. Then, Emily saw it, peeking out from under a pile of fallen leaves near a gnarled old oak tree, was a small wooden toy soldier, Ethan's favorite. But it wasn't just lying there. It was impaled on a sharp, broken branch, sticking out of the ground like a makeshift grave marker.